वेलकम टू यू ऑल। और लंच के बाद का सेशन सभी लोगों को थोड़ा सा तकलीफ देता है, पर मैं जानता हूँ
मैंने लंच नहीं किया।
ये सेशन आपको सोने नहीं देगा, so it will keep you awake. I'm confident of that.
Yes.
I would like to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. Jagat Shah. Dr. Jagat Shah, a multi-entrepreneur with 8 businesses, is on an exciting journey of sharing with a diverse background spanning over 27 years in international trade, advisory, economic development, business mentoring. He brings to you a wealth of knowledge and experience in realm of global business. He has trained approx 7,000 companies in several countries who started exploring worth millions of dollars. He is an advisor of our multinational business to overseas governments, USA, Canada, Brunei, Oman, Senegal, EU. His passion lies in being a roadie mentor, traversing the globe to mentor business on export market entry and growth strategies. His journey as mentor on road has taken him across 5 continents, working on a matrix of projects in various industry verticals, from engineering to agriculture, from art and craft to food business, from renewable energy to tourism. He had the privilege to collaborate with diverse communities and business worldwide, self-driving 6 lakh kilometers in last 20 years. One of the most demanding project he has undertaken was in Afghanistan, where he worked closely with local women artisans, carpet weavers and dry fruit farmers to uplift their livelihoods by connecting them to global market. Apart from his professional endeavors, he is also an author with 3 books on philosophy of life, reflecting his passion for literature. He looks forward to connect with each of you. With this, I would like to welcome Dr. Jagat Shah to take the stage. Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
A small announcement to everybody. For a better focus and concentration, I humbly request you to kindly put on silent or switch off on mobile, so that the session is going uninterrupted.
Thank you.
Again, a culture in CIMCON, if any mobile rings, we will have the party.
Okay. All right. Then let me put it on. Good. Good afternoon. So quickly, can you tell me what food did you like best in lunch today? Buttermilk. Okay, that's my favorite too. Okay, before I start sharing what I want to say, let me ask some. I just want to understand. How many of you are into manufacturing? Oh, okay. How many into trading? How many into service sector? How many are exporting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, good. How many want to start export? Okay, so Kaushal, I am at right place.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. How many of you, any one of you selling your products on e-commerce? Okay, 2. I'm sure everybody will raise, because I have to ask something where everybody raises hand. How many of you are above 18 years of age? Yeah, because some hands not being raised. Good. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Okay. How many of you have your own YouTube channel? Okay. I'm asking this because this is what all I am going to talk about from an export market point of view. How many of you have your businesses on Instagram? Let me tell you something interesting here. Before pandemic, 14 of the Fortune 500 companies were on Instagram as a company. Many of them were there as individuals. After pandemic, 500 of 500 are on Instagram. Last year, 9% of the lead generation of Microsoft happened on Instagram. They have a budget of $110 million in marketing. 9% lead generation. How many of you have, any one of you have created Google Alerts? One. Oh, good. Google Alerts. How many of you have tried know about design thinking? Okay. Anybody heard a company called ISCO? ISKO? Okay, it's a Turkish company. It sells a lot of, see, all of us in India, we always have this question that market is very competitive. Everything sells on price. It's very difficult to get good price. India is a hugely competitive market, right? You agree? ISCO is a company which manufactures denim fabric, denim jeans fabric. And the fabric which most of the Indian companies, in fact every Indian company, they sell for $5 a meter. ISCO sells at $8 a meter. Same fabric. How it is possible in today's world of competitiveness? Anybody heard about a company called the Pant Project? Anybody ordered anything there? How was your experience? So basically, in a very desi language, the Pant Project is a darji, is a tailor. 32 crore rupees sales yearly. Online. Trouser stitching. You don't have to go to give measurement. My question is, can Pen Project be an exporter? Okay, we'll see. How many of you think China is a market for your product? Okay, two. Interesting, two. Right, because we think China is a competitor, correct? We'll see. How many of you heard about a term called matrix pricing? Okay. Anyone heard, I mean, designer, she's a very popular designer in US, Sherry Hill. Sherry Hill? Okay. So why, anyone here in textile business? Oh, okay. So Sherry Hill is a designer and she has used AI to make herself redundant as a designer. Right, we will see. I will give example. Anybody heard a term called SPANCO? SPANCO? Yeah, other than you three. You know, they are already right. Anyone working on a tool called Lavender? AI tool Lavender? Okay. Anyone working on Apollo? Apollo? Okay. Anyone on Dripify? Okay. Anybody using Descript? DESCRIPT? Oh, good. Wonderful. So, where is that clicker? What I will be doing is simply sharing my experiences with you. I worked with Xerox for 4 years. It is, to me, to the whole world, it is the best marketing company in the world. Its marketing training is unmatched. I was so lucky, I started my career in that company. And I was selling engineering plan printer. A new product introduced at that time by the company. First 2 years I was selling in Brazil, next 2 years China. And I learned how American companies do business. So that is partly I will share. I worked with an American company in China 6 years as a CEO of a textile company. Our company was a startup as we call nowadays. First year sales 70 lakh rupees in Indian rupees. I left 6.5 years later. We were doing exports of 4,000 crore rupees. It's a 72,000 crore rupees company today, Bosiden Group of Industries. We were selling a polyester fabric we had huge variety, a particular fabric and many products for 3.2 US dollar per meter, which at that time, a lot of Indian companies, Vietnamese companies, Indonesian companies were selling at $2.9. $2.9. We were selling at 3.2. And generally the thought process in our mind is China is successful because it is cheaper, right? And that is why it is exporting big time. But now you see the price difference. So I will share how China is looking at international business. And then I have been working with Indian companies. So this three combination of experience I will share. See, first of all, there was a time, if you look up at history, that, yeah. So India was called Sone ki Chidiya, golden bird. You know, there was no electricity that time. There was no industrialization. Why we were called Sone ki Chidiya? Because 25% of world GDP was India. World GDP, mind you. Okay. But at that time we were exporting. What were we exporting? We were exporting herbs. We were exporting spices. We were exporting a fabric which used to pass through a small ring. We were making it in handloom because there was no power looms. There was no electricity, no engineering, no machinery. We were exporting herbs and spices not for the taste. For the knowledge which we had, that which herb can solve what human body ailment. That knowledge we had. We had the knowledge of how to make such a fine fabric which will pass through a ring. It was a knowledge economy that time. And we were 25% of the world GDP. Today we are, I think, 2 to 3%. Industrial revolution came, we were ruled by many nations, and a lot of our old knowledge part was gone. What is the scenario today? We are today in the world $112 trillion economy. The world is a $112 trillion economy. And before I come to country-wise, my thinking based on my practice is that we have now again come back to knowledge economy, particularly last 7-8 years. Because now if you see India's IT export is so much. IT to me is nothing but knowledge. Right? MNCs used to take 10 years to make a vaccine, I don't know why. And we made a good quality vaccine in 1 year in COVID. Right? So, knowledge economy, it's an example. And there are many. My point of giving a bit of a background to all of you is that you all are in business. Many of you said manufacturing, trading, services. You have a lot of raw material. You have a lot of raw material in your business which you buy. Can you make knowledge as one of the raw material? Knowledge as one of the raw material. Most of the small medium enterprise in India do not consider knowledge to be part of the raw material. And if you add, I will give amazing examples that how you can take your business global. Now out of $112 trillion economy, 30 trillion is America. Largest. It was always largest. It is, in my understanding, it will always remain largest. Let Trump uncle do whatever he wants to do. Right? It will always be largest. China is 20 trillion, almost 19 trillion. China. You know 1981, 45 years before, China was $60 million smaller economy than India. What happened in 45 years? Export happened. China is an export-led economy. India is a consumption-oriented economy. Germany 4.4 trillion. All of Europe put together is less than China. 28 countries. India now just crossed Japan. And we will soon be third largest. Right? Now, I want to ask this question to you. Tell me, will you grow faster in a 4 trillion Indian economy or a 108 trillion economy which is outside India? Where? Now that outside economy is called export. Very simple, right? Export is only two things. Goods should leave the country. Payment should come in foreign currency. No third thing. So $108 trillion economy is outside India. And our Prime Minister has said we want to be a 5 trillion economy. More importantly, he has said we want to be a developed economy by 2047. The day first time I heard him saying that, I put my team to do a research. Within a day we submitted a report to the PMO. There is not a single country in the world, and here is the data, which became a developed country without high percentage of their GDP coming from export. So if we are talking of a developed country, export is what my thinking is will take us there. And who will export? Government is not going to export. You are going to export, right? You are entrepreneur. What interesting thing I find, China is a state-driven economy. State runs the economy. India, the center of Indian economy is entrepreneur. Center of Chinese economy is state. Whatever state has done in China, entrepreneur will have to do in India. Of course, the ecosystem is there, it is improving. Every year things are improving. Our exports has been good, like $499 billion, 2021, highest growth in pandemic times, 676 billion. What is interesting I want to show is that 24-25, 824 billion last year, 24-25. And out of that, merchandise export is 437 billion, means products, 437 billion from India. And services export is 387 billion, services export. My guess, in next 2 years, services export from India will exceed product export. Right? Now, those of you who are in product, you know what you have to do? Attach a service to the product. Attach a service to the product. Simple. What is that service? I will tell you. 2, 3, 5, 6, 10 example I will give. Attach a service to the product. And you will see transformation in value. Transformation in value addition. Transformation, you will get away from the price competition. Right? And our, again, Prime Minister has given target $2,000 billion export by 2030. 1 trillion each product and services. I was asking about China, right? So just about 3 months back, not really some more months back, when President Trump had put 50% additional duty on India, I was hired by Ministry of Textile and I did a program in Noida, which is a garment cluster, 2,000 garment manufacturing company who are very shaken that way. Our $10 billion export of garment is to US and now 50% duty. What will happen to us? So I just ran a program and because of that I did a research. And you know, what is the result of that research before I come to this? Last year, China imported $2.58 trillion of goods and services. Oil is not part of it. India's total economy, 4 trillion. China's total import, $2.58 trillion. And $10.44 billion they imported garments. All people in textile industry, they say China is our competitor. Where is the question of selling to China? 4.7% import growth. India, 26 companies in India exported $140 million of textile to China last year. It should be zero. It should be zero. How come 140 million? But why only 26 and why only 140? If 140 is there, why not 300? And what did we export? Small lot fast fashion. China doesn't do small lot, it does big lot. There is a market of small lot. And linen garment, high quality cotton, a lot of other things. Who are the buyers? Shein, Temu, JD, Taobao, Peacebird, Semir. My company name is not there, they also buy. Bosideng. Vietnam, Italy, US, Australia, Brazil, they exported. They exported. I tracked, there are a lot of American companies who exported to China after buying from India. right? Now, this is really interesting. This is a company near Rajkot. I come from Ahmedabad, small town. They export goat dung. In Gujarati, we say bakri ki lindi. In all your languages, you know what you say, right? Bakri ki lindi. And it has got one customer in US, 8.5 crore rupees export, 100% profit margin. I'm sure after this, like, a lot of you want to change your business line. And he has got designed a box by a student from National Institute of Design, NID. Box. There is a cardboard box, raw cotton, fine cotton, raw, vertical cardboard separator, horizontal, so small boxes get created. In one small box, he puts one lindi. In another lindi. One line. And he colors. I say, why you color? He colors vegetable dyes. Because he said it should remain organic. So colors vegetable dyes. Red, green, blue, yellow. I said, why? No, natural color is not attractive. Okay. He has got 3 grades. Soft, medium and hard. I say, where, how you measure? नहीं बोले ऐसे मैं कहा ऐसे तो scientific तुम बोले ऐसे बोले जगत भाई it's not about soft, medium and hard. It is about give a choice to the customer. मैं बोला बट क्वालिटी में नहीं, क्वालिटी में कोई 5-5 सेंट का प्राइस में फर्क है. ठीक है. And he has got a nice cellophane see-through paper and a cardboard border and a designer ribbon. He says the cost of box is more than cost of product. It is sold for $3 a box in US stores. People buy, go home. There is a perforation on the side, cut, tilt. The product goes as a manure for the rose plant. Rose plant needs water throughout the day. Goat dung as a quality, you put water, it absorbs water, it releases little water throughout the day. Product application. I ask him, what is your biggest challenge in business? He says, I don't get supply. Right? and the business model also, this is very interesting because I will talk about innovation. The business model, so he has hired 300 children. 13, 14, 16, 17 as laborers. Imagine America. Imagine child labor issue. And the company buying is a public listed company in New York Stock Exchange. Imagine the hue and cry by their shareholders. But no. You know what he said? Listen, no child labor. But these are the children of the construction workers who don't go to school. I have arranged vans. I pick them up. I pay their school fees. I send them to school. Half day they collect goat dung for me. I don't pay them wages. How it is child labor? So that company, CSR head said this is called CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. So he said yes. And he was telling me in Gujarati, मैंने समझना पड़ी अनु मतलब सु. मतलब समझ में नहीं आया कि ये CSR क्या. मैंने बोला हाँ बिल्कुल बोले हाँ CSR है. बोले बाद में पता किया ये होता है. Business model. Why I spend a little time on this, my question to all of you is that, is your product better than this or not? Today I have created a new benchmark for you. Now if you say my product cannot be exported, please change your business line. Right? My student, I am so proud, on Sunrise Agriland in Jaipur, in pandemic, he started cow dung export. Last year, 640 crore rupees was cow dung export from India to 30 countries in the world. 640 crore. And he is the guy who did the first shipment, 192 metric ton to Kuwait. And Kellogg's, US, level 5, top laboratory, last line, they were appointed by Middle East countries because in pandemic they were scared about food security. And they gave a report that from 5 western states of India, including Maharashtra, the indigenous cow dung is not only helpful for faster agriculture in Middle East deserts, but the produce produced from this manure can solve many human ailments. Kellogg's is a scientific organization, right? It is based on science. They are not like Andhbhakt kind of a what we understand, right? No. Cow dung, another example for you. Third, Ahmedabad, Devendra Trading Corporation. They export rotten potato. Rotten potato. In the purchase order it is written, if more than 5% is good quality potato, payment will be deducted. So I tell him, please don't go to quality conference. SABIC Corporation in Saudi Arabia is his customer. SABIC Corporation is a state corporation of Saudi Arabia government. 15 years back, they were experimenting. Now it's a product, patented product. They have developed a thin brick, thin chip. They extract starch from rotten potato. Now there are big machines. They add chemicals. This brick they have made, it is patented, monopoly. They sell to airlines. When airlines are putting aviation fuel, when they add this brick, it increases the mileage of the aircraft by 30%. Product application, right? Again, is your product better than cow? Rotten potato, rotten. And scrap we throw. If you follow my social media, I put this story. There is a company in Iceland which exported ice to Dubai. Continuously they are exporting 8 to 10 containers a month. A lot of people in industry, business, they say, oh, my product is freight costly. Freight is too high. After adding freight, I cannot export. Brazil is very far, too much of freight. I mean, ice. I mean, it's nothing but water, right? And refrigerated container, which are 50% costlier than normal container. And Iceland to Dubai. You know why? They sell entire royal families in Middle East, they drink this water, and 7-star hotels, and actually hotels promote their hotel as a USP because they say, they give a certificate. They say this is the purest water of the earth. And they say, prove. Anybody come and prove. You have got a purer water than this. We'll stop our business. Every business has a USP. You have to see what USP to attach to your business. And there is an export market opportunity. So I was talking about China, and now we have 9 trade deals in last 6 years. Our trade with Dubai is about second largest export of India is to Dubai. 98% of Indian goods to Dubai is zero duty. Zero duty, last 3 years. 94% of our goods to Australia, we signed 1.5 years back, is zero duty. 99% of our goods to UK is zero duty. We signed FTA. We signed FTA with European Union, 98% zero duty, but it will be applicable from 1st of January next year because there is a process of approval. So the point I am telling, these are the countries where China still has a duty. So if we feel that China is our competitor, this is one of the way to look at markets, because this is what the government ecosystem has created, a facilitation for Indian exporters, right? So I think I have a lot of stuff, but Kaushal, we could take some questions.
You can take 10 minutes more.
Okay. So let me explain this, a very interesting new concept, particularly for those who are manufacturers. If you look at this data, India's highest export last year was to US. It has always been, it will always remain. Largest market, doesn't matter duty. Doesn't matter 50%. You will be surprised. After 50% additional duty, next 4 months, our export to US only went down by 27%. The meaning is 73% is they are paying. Who is paying? Americans are paying. Americans are paying duty, and now Supreme Court yesterday told Uncle Trump to pay back. Right? So I don't know how they will do, but we will see. Largest. Okay, so UAE second, Dubai. How it is possible? UAE, how it is possible? Kaushal, what's the population of Nagpur?
Around 40.
40. Dubai is 34 lakh. Second highest export. You know, 85% of what Dubai imports from India, they re-export to Africa and Europe. No value addition. कंटेनर में पड़ा रहता है इन ए वेयर हाउस. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ उसे वैल्यू ऐड कर दिया. Oh, so Dubai company is importing from India, paying freight, putting in warehouse, paying warehouse rent, exporting to Africa, and we say price is a problem. And adding their profit. Why are we not selling to Africa? Netherlands, population of Netherlands 1.9 crore. Third highest. 92% of what we export to Netherlands re-exports to Europe. How much is the cost of overheads of Netherlands? So high. Where is the question of price? UK, China very interesting. Just 7 years back, most of India's export used to be raw material. Bauxite, iron ore, raw cotton, no value addition. Today, you will be surprised. 70% of export of India to China is value-added goods. 3,000 crore of machine tools from Bangalore we export to China. And 10 years back, machine tool industry in Bangalore used to say, please protect us, Chinese are going to kill us in machine tool market in India. They used to tell the government, right? Singapore, 88% of what Singapore imports from India, why? So what is the business application to the manufacturer? My logic is, when I said attach a service to the product, one example, whatever product you are manufacturing, continue to do, it is your roji roti, bread butter, attach trading part to your business. These nations are trading nations. Can you be a trading company? If you attach trading to your business will grow. And it will end up in such a situation where the trading buyer which you have abroad will start buying your manufactured goods also. Because you have to be in a related industry. If you are in textile business, don't get into steel. Right? So your customer base remains same. That's the logic of a service. Trading as a service to manufacturing. You will be surprised. You all know Mitsubishi, right? Mitsubishi. You know, 70% turnover of Mitsubishi is trading. They buy mosquito nets from Indonesia and export to Tanzania. They buy rice from India and they export to South Africa. Mitsubishi. Now you will say how to find a buyer. It is so simple. It is so simple now with AI, with technology. It is so simple to find a buyer. That's not my problem. My problem is, will you get an order? Now tell me, are you interested in finding a customer or in getting an order? That's a challenge. Because we are not prepared. We are not prepared. So preparation is the first thing. You have to be prepared first. If you are prepared, forget you trying to find a buyer. Buyer are going to find you, because 10 times is the need of a buyer abroad to find a good supplier. And they don't find, particularly in India, because we have too many small medium enterprise and they get confused. And big companies in India have no interest in export. The big companies in India have mass production for Indian mass market. It is the small medium enterprise who have an interest in export. So there is a trade map, International Trade Center in Geneva with UN organization, from where you can find out which country is importing how much and which company is importing. There is a trade stat portal of Government of India. 120 countries in the world today, as part of Information Act of WTO, have openly shown their import custom data online. This is an example of Canada. The Canadian government, you go to this site, you write your HS code, your HS code of your product, you will get a list of all the companies directly from customs of who is importing your product. Right? So, but innovation is something, where you have to have something different. Okay, now, just anyone tell me your business, any one of you? Yeah.
Raw turmeric.
Haldi. Tell me, how many people will be in the haldi business in India?
They are,
How many? 1 lakh.
yeah, more than that.
हाँ, तो 1 lakh तो बात कर ले 1 lakh. Are you part of the crowd? Are you doing the business the way 1 lakh is doing? Then don't complain about price. Don't complain about उधारी. क्रेडिट मार्केट है ना, कितने दिन का? 90 दिन, 180 दिन, forever दिन, which is called bad debt. करो, भीड़ का हिस्सा हो, भीड़ की तरह काम करो. Value addition. Innovation. Do one thing different than anyone else. My philosophy. Do one thing different than anyone else. That is innovation. Innovation कोई प्रोटोटाइप प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट उसको ट्रेडमार्क किया पेटेंट किया वो तो 5% ऑफ द इनोवेशन वर्ल्ड है. Do one thing better than anyone else. Quickly let me tell you, I have a student, he is in Tirupur. Tirupur is a textile cluster and his father 30 years was running a t-shirt factory, 2000 t-shirt factories. He went to study in Germany, engineering and then MBA. He came back, joined business. 6 months he called me, sir, I am leaving, I can't work in this company. I have taken up a job in Germany, I am just leaving. I said, what happened here? अरे नहीं बोले बहुत ट्रेडिशनली काम होता है, ये तो बोले 5 रुपए का प्रॉफिट है, 130 रुपए में टी शर्ट बेचते हैं. आई हैव नथिंग टू डू इन दिस, वॉट एवर न्यू थिंग्स आई वॉन्ट टू डू, माई फादर रेजिस्ट. बोले ऐसा नहीं, हम तो बोले 10,000 से चालू किए थे बिजनेस, अभी बोले 150 करोड़ का टर्नओवर है. तुम क्या बात करते हो, तुम्हारी फीस तो मैंने दी पढ़ाई की. You know, and I said, no, wait. And we had a discussion. I said, why you want to do the business which your father is doing? You do something different, no? He spent 1.5 years. And here is, I'm saying, attach knowledge to business as a raw material. He worked with CSIR scientists of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. He came out with a t-shirt. If you wear it in a hot climate, it becomes cold. If you wear it in a cold climate, t-shirt becomes hot. He sells for 4,000 rupees. उसका नॉर्मल फादर का टी शर्ट है 130 रुपये. एंड H&M, ज़ारा, मार्क्स एंड स्पेंसर, जेसी पेनी, ये सब के पास तिरुपुर वाले हाथ जोड़ के 10-10 दिन वेट करते कि अपॉइंटमेंट दे दो. और H&M, ज़ारा इसके पास आते हैं, बोले 5,000 टी शर्ट दे दो, और ये बोलता 1,000 दूंगा. और बोले 1,000 तब दूंगा जब मेरे फादर की फैक्ट्री का 130 रुपये का टी शर्ट आप 135 में खरीदोगे. 2 लाख टी शर्ट तो 1,000 दूंगा, बिकॉज इट इज पेटेंटेड. नाउ यू सी द मीनिंग ऑफ नॉलेज, यू सी इनोवेशन. डू वन थिंग बेटर देन एनीवन एल्स. आई कैन गो ऑन, आई हैव 100 एग्जांपल्स, बट आई थिंक कौशल इज वरीड.
सर आई एम वरीड, मेरे को पता है कि हम सभी लोगों का जो क्रेज है वो खत्म ही नहीं होगा. ये सेशन ऐसे ही क्यूरेट किया गया है सर ने. But going ahead, sir, I would like to. Okay,
I will just one. This is important. Again to reinforce the knowledge part. You know, I told you $30 trillion American economy. You will be surprised. $6 trillion is government spending in America. Government spending $6 trillion. Indian economy $4 trillion. $3 trillion of goods and services American government imports every year. 3/4 of Indian GDP. American government imports. If you want to be a supplier to American government, you have to be registered under a portal called sam.gov as a registered vendor. Registration is free. 980 Indian companies are registered vendors. 10,800 Chinese companies are registered vendors. We don't even know. Tell me honestly, how many of you know? We don't even know. Where is the question of registration? Now you understand the meaning of knowledge. If you are registered, you can get tenders of US government. These are international competitive bidding. Anybody in the world can bid. And it is my challenge. I'm challenging. Look the word challenge. Any business which you have today, you go to sam.gov, open this page. Here you see search contract opportunities. Write your product. It is my challenge if you don't find a live tender. I don't even know what are your products. I'm still saying there is not a single product which they don't buy. And quick follow-up example. When Noida thing happened, I did research. I said, listen, do you know there is right now a $6 million textile clothing order being purchased by American government for supply to Poland, because from there by land it will go to Ukraine because the war is happening, and you are saying 50% duty to export नहीं आ रहा है, तो Poland में you have to ship in Poland, American government is buying, but you have to ship in Poland duty is 0. Why you are saying America में 50% duty? पोलैंड का मालूम ही नहीं है आपको, अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट ही बाई कर रहा है वहाँ सप्लाई के लिए, बट द ड्यूटी इज 0. सो व्हाट अमेरिकन गवर्नमेंट इज बाइंग, बट शिपमेंट तो पोलैंड है ना. नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड मीनिंग ऑफ नॉलेज. यस कौशल.
सर, बीइंग अ मॉडरेटर, मैं थोड़ा सा एडवांटेज एंड लिबर्टी लेना चाहूँगा टू आस्क अ क्वेश्चन टू यू. सर, हाउ कैन इंडिया कन्वर्ट मेक इन इंडिया इनटू मार्केटेड बाय इंडिया? This is my first question. And connecting to this, what is the biggest mistake first-time exporters make?
See, you know, if you look at, we call Southeast Asian tigers, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, all of them. 30% average, 30%, 25 to 30% of their GDP is manufacturing. 18% in India. Before 2014, for 25 years, continuously, the contribution of manufacturing to GDP of India was 12%. 25 years, 12.1, 12.2, 12.4, 12.2. We are not manufacturing country. Make in India is an example of how to encash on this. Southeast Asian countries example. China, 32% GDP is manufacturing. Now that we have manufacturing, because Make in India has really succeeded, I will tell you a quick thing. So you are recording, so this part you cut, okay? This part you cut.